Well, good day everyone. CTV update for the end of August, August 30th. Geez, well, we had a couple of weather events last night. One for me in Florida and all our Floridians. I live in St. Petersburg. We seem to have escaped the first high tide. We still have one more high tide to go. Still no flooding. Keep your fingers crossed. And the good news is that hurricane hit in the bend, but there isn't a lot of people there. It hit it in a wild preserve area, so hopefully everybody is safe. All my friends and neighbors and everything like that. So that's great. Then I wake up this morning, sun shining, it's beautiful. Read the message on the thing. No carts today. We must have had a storm last night, a big one. So I don't know how much, but it's a little wet out there. That's why we're inside today. Anyway, guys, welcome, and let's start off today with the hole-in-one party.
There were a lot of Barbies and Kens in the house.
Really?
Yeah, it was great. A lot of good costumes. We had our cocktail reception out on the patio, which went really well. Weather was fantastic. Some great appetizers were passed, some nice scallops, nice platters out there, and we had everyone come in for dinner and DJ, and so nice to have most of our hole-in-one recipients from the last year and a half or so. We had Gail Lee back. She was here for a little speech. We had a few juniors that were in attendance, so it was a really neat group. Fun to celebrate our champions, and a lot of the members danced the night away.
Oh, gee, that's great. I'm so glad. It looks so nice in there, all the pink and everything. And Chelsea and her crew did a great job, and I know Sean did a good job. He told me he was exhausted after that day. He worked so hard getting it all done. So good for the whole crew. Excellent. Another hole-in-one party down, and now we're kind of coasting until all the closes start, and got a couple of weeks here where not as many events, but we will start to ramp up those fairly soon. Hey, we had an event on Monday, the men's senior intersectional event. Tyler, why don't you take that one?
We had our senior men's play over at Highlands this past Monday. They were up against the Highlands Golf Club, Camelot, and Greyhawk.
Three tough teams.
Three very tough teams. We're representing in the B division. Unfortunately, our team didn't do quite as well as expected, finishing fourth. So we are now going down to the C division for next year, which will be at the Brockville Golf Club. So they're licking their wounds, but it was a great day. I mean, we couldn't ask for a nicer day. Monday was beautiful and just couldn't get it done.
Yeah. Well, look, I've been on those intersectional teams. I have so much admiration, not only for the team members, but anybody who qualified. All the men and women that go out for those teams are ready to accept the pressure involved, because there is a lot of pressure playing with. It's not like playing a single event. You golf poorly, then it's just, okay, right. So what? You golf poorly. It only hurts you. But when something happens in a team event, you really feel that you let down your members, and that's the pressure you feel. And they shouldn't feel that. They did their best. Nobody went out there to do not their best. So total admiration for you guys. Don't feel bad about things. You'll get them next year, and gosh, I wish I had the guts to do what you did and go out for those teams and accept that pressure that you've accepted, and same for the women and all the qualifiers. They're ready. They're stepping up. So good for them. Last week we introduced an instructional series on sand traps. Guys, we had a ton of hits. I played with a man. Yes, I won't mention his name. Played with someone yesterday. He said, "Yeah, I watched Cam's sand traps. He was getting out of every trap. He had a sandy or two. It was incredible. Incredible." So this week, gentlemen, we have Tyler. And Tyler is going to show us about some chipping. Morning. I'm here with Tyler Fitzgerald on this beautiful Wednesday morning. And this morning, we're going to discuss chipping, okay? And the different types of chip shots. We just saw the club championship. And these guys did very, very well on their chips. There were a couple of people who whiffed, but these are different shots that you will face at Carleton. We're on the 18th green, And Tyler, you're going to demonstrate with different wedges, different clubs, what options you have for each of these different shots. So without further ado, let's go to our first shot, which is your standard shot on the collar. And
Sounds good.
okay, Tyler, here we've got a shot. It's just to give you it's a short pin. You can see it, the ball's there. It's just off the collar. I guess most people would putt this, because there's not much in the way. But I know some people who like to chip it. And what are the options for most people? Like you've got high handicappers that are afraid of their wedges, and you've got other people that they'd probably take a putter and do this. What are the options you see?
So John, no, this is a great situation. I see this all the time. I encounter this all the time. And this is where I would have two choices. I would either want to putt this if I really want to get that ball close to the hole. Putting is always going to be a very easy and reliable method. But also what I like to do is a little bump and run with my gap wedge. So I'm taking my 50-degree wedge here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place this ball a little back in my stance. I'm going to have a narrow stance with my feet, standing close to the ball. I grip down on the club. And what I like to do here is take almost like a putting stroke method. Easy back, easy through.
Oh, you almost put that in.
And put it right in there.
Very good. Okay, Tyler, now we have a little different situation. We're a little farther back, probably too far to putt. Some people might try a putt on this. I know many that would try a putt. But it is, the farther you are away from the green, then you're at the mercy of the contours of the grass. It could go right, it could go left, it could stop, how hard you hit it. What are better options than a putt here?
So I'm assessing the lie here. Now, I don't think a bump and run would be the best option. So I'm going to take away my gap wedge, put that aside. Too close and a little unreliable to do a flop shot, especially off a tight lie. So I'm going to put away my lob wedge. So I'm going to take my 56-degree sand wedge. And just to do a little normal bump, I'm doing a 50-50, 50% in the air, 50% roll. I want this to land just on the green. I'm going to have, again, narrow stance. This time I'm going to play the ball in the middle of my stance. I'm going to set up close to the ball, gripping down.
Where's your weight right now?
Weight's a little bit forward on my left side, my front side. And here, I'm only going to bring the club back to about here. That's as far as it needs to go to do this shot.
Wow, that is going in. Oh, almost got it in. Wow, that's great, Tyler. Okay. All right, let's do this shot here. Now, based on that last shot, basically you could, if you're not comfortable with your wedges, could you have taken a 7-iron and just put it up there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime where there's no trouble in front of you, you can play a bump and run with a 7-iron. You should even elect to putt that if you really want to. If you're really struggling, you can even putt that. But
okay.
I use my wedges because I can control the spin a little bit more.
Okay. So now here's the lie here. We're just off the green. This happens to me so often. It's a short pin. I'm buried in this heavy rough. Never happens in Florida because we don't have rough in Florida, but here we do. And so you got to learn a whole new shot here. It's delicate because you don't want to hit it too hard, and then you got to hit it hard enough to get it out of there. And okay, help me out.
This is a tricky shot. I'd much rather be 20, 30 yards away than hitting this short little delicate shot. Like you said, John, we have very, very little green to work with. So, if we hit it heavy, it's only going a few feet. If we hit it thin, it's rolling off the back of the green.
Yeah.
I am going to elect to play a little bump and run with my gap wedge, because what that means is I don't have to take a big swing. I can control my swing a little bit more. I'm getting a sense for the lie. Now, we are in some thick grass, and that's another reason why I don't want to take a big swing. So I'm going to do a couple practice swings here. Weights forward. I'm gripping down. Practice swing, trying to get a feel for the grass. Okay, and that's pretty thick. All I'm trying to do is just bump it onto the green and let it run to the hole.
Another good shot. Oh, a little bit. It scooted it a bit, but that's the danger of that shot. You can't catch a bit of grass, but at least you're on the green.
That's right. I'm on the green, and it did roll a little bit more than I expected. I executed the shot the way I wanted it to. But that's a tough shot.
Okay, Tyler, you're going to let me shoot this one because this is one where you have a, now you got to carry this stuff. You can't just bump it because you'll hit that tall grass. But I got this shot down because I got my new wedge.
Perfect.
So tell me when you're ready.
All right, John, you're good. You're rolling.
Okay, look, Tyler, I got my new wedge here. I can make this shot. You just showed me how to make it. Now watch me do this, Tyler.
Oh, it came up
Oh, I didn't, like, I thought I had that. Okay, stop it. You showed me how to do that one right.
Sounds good.
You just saw me miss. And by the way, that happened a couple of times at the club championship with good players.
We, you know, we were watching the last groups come in on 18, and we saw that same thing happen. People short-sided themselves, didn't either take enough club or didn't commit to the shot. And that's what I'm going to talk about on this shot here is committing to the shot. So when I'm in the heavy rough to a short pin, I undertake my 60-degree wedge, my lob wedge, and you really need to commit. You got to say, well, you know, it's dead to miss short. If I'm going to miss, I'd rather be a little bit past the pin. So I'm going to give myself enough swing to get that ball a little bit past the pin using my lob wedge.
I see.
I'm doing my rehearsal.
Boy, you are committing. That does.
Okay, I got this one.
All right.
All right, so committing to the shot, making sure your hands go right through the swing.
There we go. Okay, so you're on the green and you got a makeable putt. And that's not an easy shot, by the way.
Not a great shot. No, very, very tough. You want to just make sure you do get on the green. Following through is going to give you the best chance on doing that.
Okay, we got two others to show you. This looks like similar to one of the other shots we had. The difference here is you've got a whole lot of green to work with. I mean, a lot of green to work with. So you're not short-sided anymore. So it's a different shot right now because you want to keep the ball rolling. I
Sure,
guess.
absolutely. You know, we got a lot of green. We also have a downhill slope coming out of the rough, downhill slope. That ball is going to be rolling. That ball is going to be moving pretty quick. So what I want to do is I want to try and deaden the initial landing. So I'm actually going to play this ball a little bit higher than a bump and run. I'm going to put a little bit of spin on it. So when it lands, I want it to check up a little bit and then try and just cozy itself down to the hole. I'm going to use for this shot, John, I'm going to use my sand wedge because it has enough loft to get the ball up in the air.
Okay. Oh, I better get on the other side so we can see this. All right, look where we're going. Okay, so let's see how you're placing that ball now. Okay, you've got your stance a bit open.
A little bit open stance. Again, narrow stance with the feet. I'm gripping down on the club. And here, I'm just going to do a nice gentle backswing, gentle follow through. I just want that ball to pop up in the air. We know it's going to roll. It's downhill.
Okay, let's take a look.
I'm just going to try and get it to pop up.
Oh, that looks very, very good. Very good. That's going. So that's a makeable putt now. You've given yourself a really good opportunity, really good putt. Okay, excellent. That's about 3 feet from the pin, so that's really all you can expect from there. Now a little bit more difficult. We're on an uphill slope. We've got more rough to carry, and this is a different shot again.
It's a different shot, so now I'm faced with a few more issues here. So I'm on a side hill lie, so my weight is already pushing me onto my back foot. Fast green, downhill green. Similar to my last shot, I want this ball to go a little bit higher in the air, so when it lands, it's going to take off a little bit of that speed. I'm going to use my lob wedge here, my 60-degree wedge. Move those over
interestingly enough, the upslope's going to help you hit it higher.
That's right, exactly, and that's why I want as much loft as I can. Now, I get asked this all the time. When you're on a side hill lie, how do you position yourself? You know, do you try and get square, level with the ground, or do you try and match with the slope? You want to match your shoulders with the slope that you're hitting off of. So we're on a bit of an angle here, so I'm matching my shoulders. I'm bracing my back foot to be nice and stable so I can have good balance. My stance is a little bit wider. My shoulders are tilted.
And you're hitting up the slope now. Oh, that's very good. And that thing, you must have new wedges because that thing just stopped. But look, it still gives you a great shot at the hole.
No, I'd be happy with that.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you very much for your chipping lesson today, and hopefully this will be some help to amateurs like us that get stuck in these situations.
My pleasure. Thanks, John. And if you have any questions about what wedges to use around the greens, I do a ton of short game lessons. Be happy to help. And we have a ton of wedges still in the shop. 10% off if you're interested.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that video, and I've got a story, Tyler.
Yes.
This past week, I have the advantage of filming this a week before. So this past week, I took Tyler's chipping tips. My God, what a difference in my chipping. I saved a pile of strokes. I'm not kidding, folks. And you can ask the people that I play with. I got up and down so many times from places because I'm not hitting my approach shots very well. And I'm short, I'm in the rough. All the shots you saw us play, I had. And the one shot that I never thought I'd do, because I'd always putt those, is that bump, that short little bump.
Right.
I can get that. Because the ball is in the air, I don't have to worry about break as much. I got to throw it right at the hole.
Right, right.
You know, because, when the ball's in the air, there is no break. and it just hits, checks, stops, and comes close. So thank you very much. And look forward to next week, and we'll have another series and a very special surprise for you next week.
Careful.
Today's a good day to throw it at the hole. The green's a little bit softer and go right at it today.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful, John. That handicap's gonna be coming down pretty soon.
It has come down a little bit, but between the two of you guys, the last 2 weeks have been fantastic, and I've been hearing a lot of people comment on thanking us for doing that.
Great.
What can I say? This man, he's growing so much. I didn't have to ask. I didn't even have to. I just looked at the website and and I got a story. He puts talk about these chrome softballs. Talk about those.
Well, this week, John, we're excited to announce we've lowered our price on our chrome softball, which is our Callaway's Tour ball. We've marked them down from $64.99 down to $52 a dozen. And we actually have these special 4-packs. So this is 4 dozen golf balls. They're at a special price, $199 for 4 dozen as well. So we're happy to put those on promotion right now. We have lots in stock. We have the standard Chrome Soft. We have the Chrome Soft LS, which is a low spin version. And we also have the Chrome Soft X as well. So we have multiple options, even with the triple track, some without the triple track. These are very, very good golf ball. You'll see them on tour all the time. And they're on sale. So come clear us out. That's the challenge.
Cam, I'm in Florida. I go into Golf Galaxy. Young lady serving me. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm looking for a golf ball, for me to play. She takes one look at me. She says, "Sir, I've got the golf ball." She says, "For someone your age, these are good golf balls." Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Anyway, thanks a lot, Tyler.
No, you're welcome.
Appreciate that. We've been getting some feedback on the videos, and one of the things that's come up a few times now, people want a segment on rules, because especially people don't play a lot. They're confused of the rules. There aren't a lot of rules of golf, but there are decisions like books on these things. So what I'm going to ask you to do, rather than us come up with a whole bunch of things that we're going to talk about, if you want to know a particular situation, if you have a situation for us or a rule that you want explained, in the comment section of this video, comment on that. Look, I'd like to know about this. I'd like to know about unplayable lies. I'd like to know what happens when we go out of bounds. I'd like to know, and we'll do something along those lines. So please help us out, and you can direct where we go with this segment. You guys okay with that?
Absolutely. Great idea.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's great. And before we get into our upcoming events, I just heard that Kisa is leaving us on Friday, I believe.
Yes, so that's right. So Kisa has accepted a new position with so her husband works in a HVAC company, and she is now moving over to work with him and in that industry. So we are losing Tisa at the end of this week. So we wish her all the best. She'll be greatly missed.
Yeah, so if you're in the shop and you're here before Friday and we get this video out to you in time, we can say goodbye to Kisa. She's been, I work closely with her because when he wasn't giving me special, she was. So anyway, okay, September 3rd, we've got an OVGA junior event.
We do, yeah, September 3rd. So we have the OVGA City and District, Junior City and District being played here on Sunday. Tee times are blocked for them between noon and 2 p.m. The tee sheet isn't that busy, so there are actually still tee times before noon if members still want to book in and play, or after 2 o'clock as well.
Labor Day weekend, that's great. Battle of the Sexes.
Battle of the Sexes, yeah, finally here. We have a morning shotgun that day at 8:30.
That's September 4th, that's a Labor Day.
Yeah, correct. And then Battle of the Sexes in the afternoon. What's your prediction, John?
I tell you, same as before, because, ladies, our secret weapon, and the guys were cheering this decision. When I decide not to play, they're happy because we have a shot. So I think the guys are going to take this one.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Even with those two, what they call them, bisques. I hated that. I told you that story.
Yeah, you did.
After getting clobbered for 8 holes, I finally win one. She said, I'm taking my bisque. There goes my one shot.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Anyway, September 8th.
John, I want to do a little special shout out to our women's senior intersectional team because they're playing on Tuesday at Mississippi.
Okay.
So they're coming up too. So they're all set. They're getting their practice round in later this week, and the women are geared up to hopefully win at Mississippi on Tuesday.
We have a 9 and dine.
We do. We have 9 and dine. We're going to have a great Italian feast with some pasta creations for that night. It is available for registration on the website, or please contact the golf shop. Our tee times will be between 3:30 approximately and 5 p.m.
Okay.
So great opportunity to invite perhaps a new guest, a potential new member, or play with your regular Carleton group for what's going to be an awesome time. There will be a second 9 and dine on September 22nd.
Okay. And September 9th, the Quinn-Hoffman. Is that men's or?
That's a men's event.
Men's
it's a two-man event, better ball with handicap. 90% of handicaps are used. That'll take place in the morning, so tee times will be reserved for the Quinn-Hoffman roughly between 9 and 11 a.m. based on sign-up.
Great news. And we have a couple of fittings next week, not next week, the week after. September 11th and 12th.
Yeah, so we just had Titleist here yesterday or on Tuesday, which was great. It's kind of the second wave of fittings, right? So we do all our spring fittings. All the companies come. We have a little bit of a quiet time towards end of July, early August, and now this is our end of season fitting wave. So we had Titleist here the other day. We have TaylorMade coming up on Monday, September 11th, and we have Callaway coming here on Tuesday, September 12th. They are getting filled up, but there is still space. So if you're interested in getting fit for any of their new product, contact me or contact the golf shop. We'll get you set up.
Cam, I had a chance to talk to Sean about the kitchen specials. Guys, you're going to love this. Tell us about what's on special that guys are just going to love.
Well, you can't say no to chicken and ribs.
Oh, that's it. It's over. Yeah. It's over. That's going to be a big seller, I can tell you. Chicken and ribs. Good for him.
No, absolutely. A good barbecue fare there. We've got a nice salad feature, a cherry arugula salad. Of course, you can add chicken, shrimp, or salmon to that. The pasta is phenomenal as well. There were quite a few pasta orders yesterday with the creamy sun-dried tomato chicken pasta. We have fish tacos are back, always popular as well. The pizzas, we have a meat lovers or pepperoni.
Oh my God.
And your dessert, John.
What is it?
Chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse.
The mini meringue and some
yeah.
sprinkles. So
yeah, chicken and ribs. And for that price, I think it's $24. I go have every Friday my nachos and fries, and it's over $24. So this is a great deal, and for some terrific, and Sean just burning it up in there. He's just not the food, not the food. he's doing such a great job putting these menus together. Good for him, and good for the kitchen staff. Do you have some updated kitchen hours?
We do. We're serving breakfast a little bit later, so it's nice. It's gone over quite well with some of our weekend morning players are having breakfast after the round. We're going to serve till about 2 o'clock,
Okay.
as we have been, but we are now opening at 10 a.m.
Okay.
for the fall season on Saturday and Sunday.
Good, and take advantage of that. Gentlemen, I know there's not a lot on the plate for this week, but still we have some items, and listen, we got some great weather coming up, folks. It's going to be great golfing, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The weather's going to get warm, it's going to get hot, and until next week, everyone, play well.
Perfect.